Chris Grosser said, opportunities don't happen, they are created. Well, once again, we're about to create opportunities for young people who are ready to take up mantle to man sectors and cabinets that we've created for them. This is Ghana's youth president. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Kokulumo, and it's good to have you join us. As always, it's another episode, and our young people already remember we have 5 cabinets that are competing on the battlefield of ideas. We have Ya Asantewa cabinet. Then also is the Democrats cabinet. Osajifo cabinet is ready. Gold Coast cabinet is ready as well. Finally is the Republic cabinet. There are prizes at stake, and you need to know, remember, it's 11,000 Ghana cedis that's up for grabs, especially for the president and the 10 other winners. Also, there's a 20,000 project fund to start off with as a president. But remember, all you have to do is to vote, because you have 40% at home. It is star 714 *13 hash. That's the code to vote for your favorite contestants while the judges do the marking. Today, we're looking at a ministry that's most instructive. Well, most of the governments in and out, previous and current, are talking about making Ghana the cleanest, and of course Accra, the cleanest city, rubbing shoulders with Kigali and Cape Town of South Africa. But how have we done so far? Remember, it's one of the ideas that we're going to be having to hear from our young people. If you're ready, we'll take a break. When we come back, Ghana's youth president returns. Don't go anywhere. Youth presidents with me, Kokulumo, and of course it's exciting to know that you're still watching and you're ready to vote. Remember, the short code is *714 *13 hash, *714 *13 hash, and then you have 40% to contribute to all of this. The judges are ready today. We still have the 2 faces as usual. Mr. Michael Niyabo Anan is here. Let's put hands together. And businessman Mr. Jignesh Viradia is also here. They are going to be scoring on branding, public speaking, content, policy defense, and lastly is key assessment, and that amounts to 60% of their score on their score sheets. But hey, we have the Speaker of Parliament, Madam Right Honorable Queen Boresa. Let's put our hands together. Now, let's quickly invite the 2 contestants that are about to lock horns. If you're ready, let's welcome Ya Asantewa's Emmanuel Nyamiche. And then Democrats Cabinet's Cecilia Owusu. I will quickly take the expectations of the Queen Boresa. Right, Honorable Speaker, what are your expectations? It's sanitation we're talking about. We have dream of making Accra and other places the cleanest in Africa. Have we done so well? What are you expecting from these 2?
I'm expecting to hear honorable parliamentarians talk about how well they will manage human excreta. Some very low-income areas in Accra, people who have to throw waste in, let me just say, they would have to, I don't use the word, but it's called kenke. They would have to do kenke with their human excreta and then throw into the gutters. How well can we manage human excreta as a country?
It's another day of exciting battle we're about to have here. We're going to be starting off quickly with Ya Asantewa's Emmanuel Nyamiche. After that, we'll come to the judges for their questions and comments. If you're ready, Emmanuel Nyamiche, 6 minutes. Let's present your manifesto idea. Take it away.
Madam Speaker, panel of judges, fellow ministers, honorable members, I boldly rise to the name of Owusu Nyamiche Emmanuel the Sanitation Minister for the indomitable Yasantua Cabinet. While sanitation is a nationwide issue in Ghana, it is most obvious in big cities like Accra, Tamale, and Kumasi. Accra, which hosts 4 million Ghanaians, produced 3,000 metric tons of waste a day. It was estimated in 2012 by the World Bank that poor sanitation was costing Ghana's economy around 420 million Ghana cedis, which is $290 million a year, equivalent to 1.6% of the country's GDP. Madam Speaker, I would like to shower praises on the current government for partnering with Zoom Lion Ghana Unlimited in establishing a $20 million integrated recycling and compost plant in Accra and Kumasi, with Takrade's own still under construction. The plan is to get the plant to all 16 regions, and my ministry will ensure that. The plant is designed to additionally process 200 tons of compost per day. The over 60 tons of compost that will be produced daily per plant could replace 860,000 bags of fertilizers imported in the country annually. I believe the facility has come at an opportune time, considering the overburdened landfill site in Accra and other parts of the country. Madam Speaker, it is estimated that over 5 million Ghanaians rely on surface water to meet their daily needs, leaving them vulnerable to water-related diseases. As of June 2016, a total of 1,162 boreholes have been successfully drilled, out of a target of 1,200 in 6 of the nation's regions, as part of the Sustainable Rural Water and Sanitation Project. The project will be extended to the remaining regions by my ministry. Madam Speaker, the government through my ministry and the local government in partnership with Zoom Lion Ghana Limited disinfected the marketplaces in all 16 regions during this COVID-19 pandemic. Now to the headache of most Ghanaians living in urban areas. The high cost of sanitation fee charged by waste management companies who collect household waste. Due to the high cost of sanitation in urban areas, the poor who cannot afford are left to contend with the problem on their own, which makes them resort to dumping their garbages at night in unauthorized places, leading to public health hazard. The Ministry of Sanitation under my watch will not sit back as the problem escalates. I have had a meeting with the 56th Municipal Assembly on the need to recruit an army of wastemongers in each assembly and equip them with transport logistics to enable them collect household waste of individuals for a much lower fee so everyone can afford, hence reduce the amount of indiscriminate disposal of waste in our cities. Madam Speaker, from June 2014 to January 2015 saw Ghana recorded worst cholera outbreak, with 8 of 8 regions being affected. 243 people lost their lives in this time frame. This led to the then President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, declaring every first Saturday of the month as a National Sanitation Day. Someone would ask why we still experience floods and cholera outbreak, though we clean our communities and desilt our gutters once every month. The answer to this question is quite sad. Silt from our gutters and rubbish collected from our communities on Sanitation Day are piled nearby and abandoned until they eventually find their way back into our gutters and communities, rendering the work done by citizens useless. In a letter issued to the 100 district assemblies, my ministry suggested that each assembly contract a waste management company whose sole responsibility will be to go around and collect all piled rubbish in every corner on Sanitation Day. I am glad some assemblies have already taken the initiative. Madam Speaker, making reference to Section 12, Clause 3 of the Local Government Act, 2016 Act 936, I will see to it that the District Assembly and Unit Committee members formulate bylaws to address issues of waste management, licensing and monitoring environmental service providers. This, I believe, will help in solid waste collection and management and other matters that demand local regulations to achieve and maintain a clean environment. Madam Speaker, my ministry won't take it lightly with waste management companies who have a bad habit of waiting for waste to overflow from refuse bins before they go for them. Those fond of that are warned. Madam Speaker, My ministry is putting a lot in place to prevent the disgrace which fell on this country in 2015, when Ghana was ranked the 7th dirtiest country in the world by the UNICEF Public Advocacy on Sanitation. Now to the Ghanaian citizens watching me on your screen. The 44th President of the United States of America, Barack Hussein Obama, once said, "Change will not come if you wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change we seek." Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, honorable members.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Yasanto's Emmanuel Nyamiche. It's now the turn of Democrats Cabinet's representative, Cecilia Owusu. 6 minutes. Let's hear you.
Madam Speaker, panel of judges, fellow ministers present, members, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Owusu Cecilia, the minister under the vibrant Democrat government. Madam Speaker, I must also commend the work done of the Sanitation Minister, Honorable Cecilia Abnadapa, and her ministry. Madam Speaker, with all her efforts, there are more to be done to improve the sanitation situation in our country. And I stand here to read a brief but precise and a well-detailed policies addressing the sanitation situation in our country. Madam Speaker, humanity has turned it into a giant trash pile. And first and foremost, Madam Speaker, all land, the Pond, the Nkamfwa, and the Abokobi dam sites will be rehabilitated into a recreational center, and also for the emission of clean energy. Madam Speaker, through my ministry, I'm going to create an enabling environment for EPAs to issue lands to park and gardens and tourism authorities to construct a well-engineered earth cover to minimize water infiltration and erosion. With synthetic layers to siphon emission of gases. Now, the emission of methane, which is one of the gases, will be sold to cement companies to heat their lime production and also to serve as revenue. Madam Speaker, the emission of these gases will be collected and combined with heat and power plants to generate electricity to the households in proximity. Also, the land there will be a fire and diversity for research purposes, and also space for outdoor events and a playing grounds. But this will help to mitigate the long-standing environmental to the surrounding residents. Again, Madam Speaker, there will also be an acquisition plan in all the 16 regions as the final destination of waste disposal and also waste to energy incineration for recycling. With this, Madam Speaker, my ministry is going to fix waste bins and containers in every 5 meters apart, with labels of all forms of waste in our communities and streets, and of which you will be solely responsible for the cost. Now, the collection of this waste will be recycled, and also the resulting ashes can be screened and reused in road construction projects. This, Madam Speaker, will give the youth employment in their respective districts, and also the recycling will save our environment from excessive extraction of raw materials to produce new materials at a higher cost on an average Ghanaian. Lastly, Madam Speaker, the ability to appraise and assess progress in policy implementation, the effectiveness of policy action in responding to changing lifestyle, behavior, and attitudes, as well as a demand for improved services is important. In summary, Madam Speaker, under my watch as a sanitation minister. One, landfills in our country, such as the pond, the Abokobi, and the Nkamfo dam sites, will be a thing of a past in the country. And two, acquisition of land for waste incineration. So, pardon me, acquisition of land for waste incineration plants for recycling, and finally, education, attitudinal change, and also consistent monitoring and evaluation of progress, sanitation situation in the country will be well solved. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. Let's start off with Yasantuez Emmanuel Nyamiche. This time to the judges, Mr. Jignesh Viradia. The very first one to Mr. Emmanuel Nyamiche.
Your emphasis is to improve on sanitization, or the waste which is producing in Ghana as of now. So what is the problem statement? How much percentage of waste is produced as of now, untreated, which is lying, and then how are you going to treat them?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. I can't give you the overall percentage in the whole country, but focusing on the major cities who are facing major sanitation problems like Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi. Accra produced 3,000 metric tons of waste a day. And my solution to that problem, the ministry and the government, in partnership with Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, recently established the integrated recycling and compost plant in Accra, which is aimed at processing our waste and making them processing our waste and converting them to fertilizers. And these fertilizers will replace the 860,000 bags of fertilizers imported in this country annually. So that's my solution to deal with the sanitation problem.
How much you are going to recover from the plant that you wish to install? How much waste are you going to process every day?
The waste?
In terms of generate, what is the gap?
Okay, 200 tons of waste per day. Per day, 200 tons of waste.
So how much are you going to process in a month? How much will you process in a month to achieve your target, and what is the percentage?
Please.
How much waste will you process in a month then?
600.
It's 6,000.
6,000, okay.
So that equals to, in what percentage are you processing it? So will you able to address the problem statement of treating the waste correctly?
Okay. I think the main plan is to establish the plants in all 16 regions in the country. And from establishing it in the regions, capital cities in each region, we'll move to the district.
No, let's talk about Accra. For Accra produces 3,800 tons a day. And you are addressing a 200-ton plant.
Yes, please.
Then how are you solving the issue?
Okay. Please, I think with the plant, it's come to help solve part of our sanitation problem, not to solve it entirely. So for the meantime, we are adjusting to what we have at the moment. But the main aim is to establish the plant in every district. That's the main goal of my ministry.
All right, Mr. Michael Niaboyanan, after that grilling moment, would you want to go again?
Well, just to say that I really did not feel your solutions. I don't feel your solutions. I think you should prepare and come again in terms of your solutions.
I see.
Right?
All right, that's that. Let's put our hands together. You know what to do now. Let's now move quickly to Democrats Cabinet, Cecilia Owusu. Let's start off with you, Mr. Michael Niaboyanan. Questions?
Well, you articulate the policies, but I want to pick on the renewable energy aspect and then the landfill sites you mentioned. Are landfill sites still necessary? Is that the solution?
Landfill sites, today, if you look at the urban centers, the demand of land is very high, and therefore we can use the scarce land for a landfill site. But with my policies, this landfill site is not going to be a permanent thing, because as we speak, people live close, or let me say in proximity to this land site, which has poisonous gases which are emitted into the atmosphere.
I do agree. Now, my issue with you is your policies will end up still with the landfill sites, right?
Yes.
And I'm asking you, is it still necessary? Is it the solution?
With the landfill sites, what I was saying is that we are going to end it by using...
What replaces that?
Yes, as a recreational center.
No. When there is no more landfill sites, what policy implementations do you have to ensure that we still dispose of our waste in a very safe manner?
Okay. Please, that's whereby I said there will be a land acquisition in all the 16 regions. This place is going to be a recycle centers. And with this, I think and I believe that we are not going to see a landfill site, but these are structures whereby we use it to recycle our waste. And
don't you think that the solution is to reduce the waste that ends up with our landfill sites?
Yes, absolutely, that's it.
But I did not hear the solution.
Okay, sorry, maybe the clarity wasn't there, but that's what I mean.
All right. Okay. So that's for Mr. Michael Niabana. Jignesh Viradia.
Okay, so how are you going to treat the waste? What is your strategy, short-term, mid-term, long-term, in the approach? And then, what are your remedies in terms of saving the death numbers that happens every year?
With the treatment of the waste, the ministry is going to partner with private-public, is going to engage in private-public partnership. This is going to be an arrangement between these sectors, and it will be on a short term, maximum 10 years, of which these waste are going to be sorted in all forms of waste we know, and will be recycling. And also, in the process of recycling this, the private sector takes its portion, as well as the ministry also taking its portion. Then when the private sector is able to get its money that was invested into this, then the property becomes the property therefore will be transferred to the government, and it becomes the state-owned property. Okay, with the number of people dying every year, I cannot give, but then because of how the sanitation situation is in the country, it has a great impact on our health, and it's affecting a lot of people in the country.
There are not less than 1,000 children who dies every year in Ghana because of sanitization issues. I think this should be known to the minister in terms of addressing issue when it comes to sanitization in all regards and aspects.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get with Mr. Michael Niabana and Mr. Jignesh Viradia. Remember, they have 60% on their scoring sheet. You have 40% at home. And so pick up your phone right now. *714*13# *714*13# is the code. Remember, we just heard from Ya Santo's Emmanuel Nyamiche and Democrats Cabinet Cecilia Owusu. If you loved what they did, keep voting. We are setting this agenda on the premise and of course on the sustainable development goals. Remember that. It's called the Global Goals, where United Nations member states have signed on to that from 2015 to 2030, we will protect the environment and poverty so we can save the entire continent, of course, the universe. If you're still ready to hear from the rest that are coming, we'll take a break. When we come back, remember, Osajifo Cabinets, Gold Coast Cabinets, we will lock horns here on Ghana's Youth President. We'll be right back. Welcome to Ghana's Youth President with me, Kokulumor. Again, remember that this is the only place where we get to have young people share their ideas, especially having to stand in that gap for ministers and, of course, the president. We'll get to tell you who the first ever Ghana's Youth President is after this entire competition. But today, the focus is on sanitation ministry. Remember, you at home, you need to keep voting to keep your favorite contestant or minister going up and accumulating points. The code is *714*13#. That's all you have to do, and then you earn 40% chance to contribute to this program. And of course, the judges will take 60% on their scoring sheets. If you're ready, let's have the rest of our contestants right about now. Let's welcome Osajifo Cabinet Gideon Degbe. And also, let's welcome Gold Coast Cabinet's Emmanuel Ajapong. While they join us, remember that you need to keep voting. The judges are here. They are ready to also do their job. You keep doing your job. *714*13# is the code. Just follow and vote for your very favorite. If you're ready, okay, let's take it away. You have 6 minutes, Emmanuel Ejapon, to present your manifesto ideas.
Good evening, Madam Speaker, panel of judges, distinguished guests, learned colleagues, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emmanuel Ejapon, the Sanitation Minister for the Gold Coast Cabinet. Denzel Washington once said, "True desire in the heart of anything good is God's proof to you set beforehand to indicate that it is already yours." Today, I come before you as a Ghanaian to your homes, feeling the challenges and your tragedies facing in terms of sanitation. I'm here to curb and reduce your sanitational challenges. First and foremost, I'll use this opportunity to thank the current government on the work done. The current government has been able to provide 10,386 household toilets to most affected areas, especially in the zonal communities and inner cities. The government has also been able to fumigate various institutions and marketplaces during these pandemic times. And the government has also been able to have the Ghana water and sanitation for the urban poor. Finally, I would also like to commend the government on trying to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa. But I might say, do we only want to make Accra the cleanest city? What about the rest of the other cities and communities in Ghana? So I would say that we will make Ghana the beauty of Africa, starting from Accra. And we are going to do this by ensuring strict measures in making sure that places in Ghana where we so much invest into inferior goods, we do a lot of importation of inferior goods like cars older than 10 years and gadgets which do not last. They become waste burdens in our country. So we are going to increase the standard of importation on inferior goods and gadgets so that Ghana or Africa will not become an area for dumping site for these kind of inferior products. Now, my ministry has earmarked 4 pillars to tackle in terms of sanitation. Number 1, education, open defecation, and COVID-19, and then we will also tackle opportunities for the sector in terms of sanitation. Now, in education, every society has to be built on a shared value that defines what is considered as a fundamental truth and principle that hold dear to our country. In Ghana, the lyrics of our national anthem can be considered as a major source of value that, as a Ghanaian, we cherish. Education is the key approach to ascertain the effect of sanitation. My ministry, in collaboration with the Ministry of Information and NCCE, would organize nationwide education, public campaign, and symposium in all parts of our country to familiarize with the people in order to partake in all sanitation activities for improvement and safe environment. With open defecation, we are going to start this on a pilot basis because this has been one of the challenges facing our country for a very long time. And we want to start with this pilot project. In fact, we want to start, fail fast, go back to the drawing board, and find new ways of doing that. According to the UNICEF, Ghana ranked second to Sudan in open defecation in Africa, with 90% of the population resorting to sanitation practices, deem it unhealthy and most dangerous. Ghana, our beloved country, loses $79 million due to open defecation. Between 2007 and 2014, cholera cases increased from just 179 to 4 regions to 28,975 in all 10 regions. The Ghana Health Service in 2014 indicated that cholera outbreak was the worst case recorded in recent years and claimed 243 lives. For how long must we lose the value of innocent Ghanaians out of our negligence in terms of sanitation? And this is what I bring on board as a minister. The government has been able to provide toilet facilities or KVIPs to our inner cities and Zongo development and some affected areas. But these facilities have not been used. Why is it so? The reason being that these facilities are out of standard and they don't improvise good sanitational provisions, so thereby people try other means, which is open defecation. And one of the best means that my ministry is going to take is that we would invest an amount of 10 million Ghana cedis to improve KVIP and increase the number, modernize it to state-of-the-art facility with constant water flow and with a biogas in order to provide domestic energy at a premium of an annual pilot basis. The reason why we want to do this is that Ghanaians in these affected areas believe that they are okay with open defecation because they feel good in doing that. And this has become part and parcel of them. And we need to incent them in a way that they will desist from these activities.
All right, so that's how we end on that note. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Ejipon, Gold Coast Cabinet. Now let's go to Gideon Degbe of Sajifo Cabinet. If you're ready, take it away.
Madam Speaker, panel of judges, colleague ministers, members of parliament, I bring you greetings from the President, His Excellency Evans Hockey of the Great Osajifo Cabinet.
I am Gideon Degbe, the Sanitation Minister for the Osagifo Cabinet. Madam Speaker, the country faces significant challenges in the quest to provide adequate and improved sanitation for its rural and urban inhabitants, with Accra and Kumasi being recorded as areas with most deplorable sanitation conditions in the country. It was a shame to know that Ghana was the 7th dirtiest country in the whole world in 2015. The United Nations Development Programme in 2018 reported that Ghana produced 30,000 tons of solid waste daily. Madam Speaker, among competing demands for public investment, including education, health, transport, electricity and water, sanitation has not been prioritized. However, I would like to commend the incumbent government for their efforts and measures put in place to curb poor sanitation in the country. In 2017, an amount of $48 million was allocated to the Greater Accra Sustainable Sanitation and Livelihood Improvement to support sanitation projects in the country. The government has also been able to provide 13,800 toilet facilities as at February 2020 to stop open defecation in the country. Madam Speaker, despite the efforts of the government to curb the poor sanitation conditions in the country, it is evident that there is the need for new sanitation projects to improve the sanitation conditions. Madam Speaker, the Sanitation Ministry under my watch would undertake new projects such as building sewage treatment plants, mains and pumping stations, financing the operations of landfill sites, prioritizing waste recycling, and providing economically fair system of disposing waste, especially among low-income earners. Madam Speaker, with respect to building the sewage treatment plant, a budget of $2.8 million will be allocated to cater for the installation of sewage treatment plants across major cities in the country. These sewage treatment plants will remove large floating objects that clog gutters, and polluting drainage systems, removing odor from these passages. And this will prevent the many flood cases in the country, especially in Accra and the other major cities. Madam Speaker, the ministry under my watch will also finance landfill sites to cater for disposal of waste. My ministry will allocate an estimated budget of $4 million to finance and monitor the smooth operation of landfill sites, specifically the Kwon landfill site, the Nsumia landfill site, and the Tamale landfill site. This will promote proper waste management and disposal across the country. Madam Speaker, as the global pandemic COVID-19 has become a global and nationwide issue, it has affected the country's economy and individual income earnings. My ministry will introduce an economically fair system of waste disposal. The system will be made free and reliable to those in poor areas of the cities, while the middle and high income earners or households should be required to pay for waste collection. Madam Speaker, with these measures, my ministry will improve the sanitation conditions of the country to become one of the cleanest countries in Africa. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Minister.
All right, so that's Gideon Degbe. And this time, let's go to Emmanuel Ejepon. Your questions to him.
The policies were well spoken. I would like to know that what measures are you going to take in terms of improving the quality of water and consistency to the urban and rural areas?
Thank you very much. I would like you to know that Ghana is one of the countries countries blessed with water bodies. We have the black water, we have the white water, the Ancobras, and others. And I must say that one of the best ways by which we could improve upon our water system is by utilizing all these water bodies in our country. Because every community in Ghana is closer to one of these water bodies. And it is one of the best source by which we could, as a country, we could invest in that. In terms of the Volta River, the existing region Volta region, the Oti region, and Eastern region can take their source from the Volta River and parts of Accra. And when it comes to Weja, the Weja Dam, people from part of Central region and people from part of Accra can also take their source from those regions. So what I'm trying to say is that we have this kind of satellite sources of water bodies that the country can invest into that. And this is the raw material we have as a country. What we need is to improve upon our existing facilities and invest more money into that. I also believe that we can invest with the FDI, which is the foreign direct investment companies. Like
How much is the total water network of Ghana, and how do you see to improve it?
Thank you very much. My ministry is a big ministry, and I have a lot of technical directors with me. And I wouldn't stand here to give you raw figures, because this is a house of record, and Ghanaians are watching me, and I don't want to deceive them.
All right, on that deceit note, on that note of being careful, let's go to Mr. Michael Niabwana. And is there any question for Emmanuel Ejepon?
Yes. Emmanuel, you started by saying or congratulating government for providing 3,000, right, toilet facilities.
Yes.
For the Zongo community. And then subsequent in your submission, you stated that that is not enough.
Sure.
But you did not tell us how you are going to solve this open defecation issue. Again, is it the provision of toilet facilities that is going to solve this issue for household, that is going to solve the issue? Or there is a bigger picture, an emerging thinking we have to be looking at?
Thank you very much. I might say that the challenges facing our country does not come from one dimension, and we need a stream and diverse ways by which we could confront that. One of the best ways by which we can do that is by investing into acceleration, having a seed money and bringing one of the best brains in our communities, like the institutions, let me say the schools, where people, there are a lot of Ghanaians who have ideas in bringing up good solutions to our country, but they don't have the opportunity. So
but
when
you are here to provide me the solutions.
Yes, I might say this is part of my leadership. And I believe that in terms of solving these kind of challenges, we need to work with the people, because they are the key stakeholders of this problem. And when we go to them, they have the best solution to solve that. I am just a leader.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Ejepon. And that's what time allows us to do with you. Let's move quickly to Gideon Degbe of Osajifo Cabinet. Let me start off with you, Mr. Michael Niabwana.
Yes, 2 million for the drains, right? You mentioned 4 million. You mentioned also, is it 30,000 tons?
Yeah.
Yes. Of
Solid
waste.
Yes.
Is it for the whole nation or for Accra?
Yeah, for the whole nation.
For the whole nation.
Yes. That was a report from the UNDP in 2018.
All right.
Yes.
Now, your solution was more of the monies you are going to put in those projects or investments. But Is that amount you mentioned enough? Is it the lack of investment, or it is a matter of lack of emergent thinking?
I researched and I had the figure for financing, especially when considering the landfill site. There will be no new landfill site, and so the old ones that are there, we want to improve on its operations, and so those are the estimated.
Madam Speaker, can I come in? Can I come in? I believe that my friend here is not tackling the question, and I would like to help him.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member, for your willingness to assist. But at this juncture, allow him to answer his own questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The 2.8 million, which will be allocated to the landfill site, is mainly to finance the operations, and there will be no new openings or engineering. And so, looking at the conditions and close downs of some, the estimated budget that we had.
But if you want to close down landfill site, then you must provide a solution.
Well, I am not closing. I am actually going to improve upon the operations of the previous ones. So the Insumia landfill.
What are they doing wrong now?
Okay, so the Insumia landfill site, per the research I have the last time, it has been closed down, and the small landfill site also, the operations, the hourly operations has reduced from 24 hours to 18 hours, which has also, and when you go to the communities, when you go to the household, you realize that the waste are packed, they are heaped, and they are not collected. And this is all because of the breach or the locks that are at the landfill site.
All right. Okay. So now let's go to Mr. Jignesh Viradia.
Okay, in continuation with the discussion that we are having with my co-judge, I would like to know that what value chain or value addition, when you say that you are going to treat the landfill sites, what are going to produce or say recycle, or how are you going to treat it?
Okay.
And at what scale?
What we are going to be recycling, you see, we have the plastic bags, we have the bottles, and there are many other solid waste that are found on our site. And with recycling, we will recycle them to be able to use them again, so that it will also generate a source of income. Okay. According to the UN, they said that 83 billion Ghana cedis from just of solid waste. So I think that can be. That is the income that the country can generate from the solid waste.
So what size of plant or what size of capacity do you suggest that you can recycle?
All right.
Percentage.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. And to my left was Gideon Degbe of Osajifo Cabinet, my right, Emmanuel Japan, ensuring that they place the ideas and whatever manifesto policy they have to you. If you think they have the leadership skill and, of course, the dexterity and the oomph to go on to the next stage, of course, to accumulate points for their cabinet to ensure that you need to vote. *714 *13# is your 40% that you add to them. If you think that Gideon Degbe of Osajifo Cabinet deserves your vote, do that. *714 *13# is the code, or else Emmanuel Japan of Gold Coast Cabinet, *714 *13# is the code. Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, remember, we have the very last one coming from the Republic Cabinet. If you're ready, we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back from that break. We're still here with us on the Ghana's Youth President, the very first ever reality TV show that seeks to choose the first young person to go and rise up to the high office of the presidency. It's the Ghana's Youth President with me, Kokulumo here. Remember, we're setting all of these agenda in and situating it in the sustainable development goals that are running up to 2030 to ensure that we end poverty, we ensure that the environment is safe for everyone to live in. So all of these things that we're seeing, especially focusing on sanitation and water resources ministry, is all set in the global goals. Well, as I announced before we went on break, let's welcome Republic Cabinet's David Osei-Bonsu. You always, as he walks up, you always have a job to do to ensure that you vote. 40% is yours. *714 *13 hash is what you need to do. The judges will score 60%, and of course, after all of this, it will be accumulated. The grand prize is ready. I'll get to tell you soon. Are you ready, David?
I am.
6 minutes. Present your manifesto policies to us. Take it away.
My name is Osei-Bonsu David, the sanitation minister for undoubtedly the best government this republic has witnessed. That is the Republic Cabinet. Madam Speaker, the majority and minority speakers, distinguished judges, members of parliament, colleague ministers, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you this day in this august house to read the sanitation policy the Republic Cabinet has crafted for the people of Ghana this year and beyond. Honestly, I must commend the effort of my leader, Honorable Cecilia Abena-Dapa, the current sanitation minister, for the effort in battling the sanitation woes this country faces. We can better support our economy, protect the health of our communities, and reduce environmental impact if we harness the value of materials we dispose of and return them to productive use. Madam Speaker, the government of Ghana spends at least $290 million to deal with waste. Such a staggering amount can be used for other purposes if the following strategies are keenly enforced. Madam Speaker, we all have a role to play. The fight for a clean Ghana is not a fight solely for the government, but a war that requires the involvement of all citizens of this beautiful country. The time is now for us to set the tone of the conversation. Why it's prudent to care for our environment in a health-conscious way. It sets a national framework for action by governments, the business sector, the waste and resource recovery industries, and communities to achieve sustainable waste and management. Madam Speaker, this policy seeks to respond to the challenges facing waste management and resource recovery in Ghana. This policy seeks to provide a framework for businesses to embrace innovation and develop technologies that create new opportunities. This policy again seeks to provide the pathway for this country in terms of a fight against filth. Madam Speaker, this policy seeks to set in motion the Make Ghana Beautiful Agenda, MGB, which will see to the rise of a refined, well-equipped, and resuscitated town and council army who will be in charge of locally finding offenders or citizens who flout the Make Ghana Beautiful Agenda rules. The initiation will birth a national award scheme which will seek to reward the constituency with the cleanest environment. The prize will be in the form of a monumental edifice located within that constituency as a mark of cleanliness. Madam Speaker, this will spark a subtle competition within the various constituencies and regions across this country to help the Make Ghana Beautiful Agenda come into fruition by the year 2020. Madam Speaker, we ought to maximize profit out of the waste we dispose. It is estimated by a UNDP report that Ghana can generate 83 billion cedis annually through recycled waste. This country is estimated to generate 30,000 tons of waste daily, which is 89% of the waste that are recoverable through recycling. And this policy seeks to make it come into fruition and double the figures by the year 2025. The Republic Cabinet will by that time have added 10 more plans to the already existing 16 recycling companies we are having in Ghana, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, one main focus is education. This policy seeks to increase the volume of our sanitation woes, and why it is prudent and important to change the thought process of our dear citizens in this country. Madam Speaker, the thought process ought to change so that Ghanaians know that it is important to care uniquely for this country in a way that will make the country a very habitable place for everybody to live in safely when it comes to health. Madam Speaker, the Republic Cabinet is so committed that we are dedicated and unflinchingly ready to help solve the sanitation issues. The Republic Cabinet strongly believes that education on sanitation is prime importance for us to win our fight against filth. And this policy seeks to assemble an army of sanitation fighters. Again, this policy seeks to assemble an army of sanitation fighters across this country. 50 each in the various constituencies who will be in charge of policing our environment. Madam Speaker, again, they will be in charge of policing our environment with regards to waste. And the number will total around 13,750. Madam Speaker, our next stage is open defecation. The Republic Cabinet seeks to end open defecation by the year 2030 by building 50,000 more toilet facilities across the country, especially in the coastal areas and other deprived communities. Madam Speaker, we will also continue to support our citizens and let them know why these toilet facilities are important for them to use and continue to adhere to the various rules that are governing them. Madam Speaker, currently, and available data shows that the total basic sanitation in Ghana is estimated around 21%, with rural and urban average 17 and 25 respectively, and only 1 in every household has an improved sanitation facility, and it is quite a dismayed situation. So while if we are able to constructively, meticulously work towards making this sanitation become a reality, it will end the woes that we are facing as a country.
All right, let's end the conversation there. David Osei Bonsu, Republic Cabinet. Let me start off with you, Mr. Jignesh Viradia. Your questions.
Your mantra of make Ghana beautiful is quite impressive and quite a good approach in terms of improving the sanitization in the country.
Thank you very much.
In terms of the current issues, the pandemic issues, you have not covered any policies pertaining to any pandemic situation which may arise from the sanitization ministry. So what are your views towards addressing the issue, and what policies or remedies that you think that you should put in place?
Thank you very much. As the sanitation minister for this, our beautiful country, we can all craft a very beautiful policy, all in the name of making it work and the citizens enjoying it. But one thing I want to emphasize on is on education. People must know the repercussions on what they do today that will affect tomorrow. COVID is a menace, a phenomenon that nobody expected, yet it has come. We are going to make this country very beautiful, that in case in the near future we are hit with a phenomenon of this kind, it won't be too massive, it will be very minimal, and then it will go back to the effort we made when we were crafting this policy. And I believe that this policy sets the tone for any future unforeseen circumstances.
Thank you.
I see. All right, Mr. Michael Niyabuanan.
Well, I think we have nice policies.
Thank you very much.
Well, I think we lack a lot of effort. It's implementation and strategy.
All right.
Well, you all keep talking about recycling, but nobody talks about waste prevention. Nobody is talking about reuse. Right. So that is to do with the solid waste.
Sure, I can address
When you come
that.
to the liquid waste,
Okay.
is it really a solution for a household to be provided a toilet? Or the solution would be that we have enough well-maintained public toilet facilities that are free for everyone?
Thank you very much. Both way goes, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, both way goes. The household must be equipped with the various facilities to enable the members within the house to access it whenever they want. And it is also important for the individuals who may not be having it in their various homes to have access to it outside their homes when, in case they want to ease themselves. And with the facility, with the toilet facilities, it's not just the toilet facilities, I'm sure, urinals that also count for sanitation woes. So all these things, they go hand in hand. And I believe that, yes, the households must have it, and it will help solve half of our problems. And we must also have it outside the house also.
But how are you going to manage this when, in fact, the management of our communities are under the local government? And this is a ministry that has no power over local government.
Thank you very much. The ministry may not have power over local government legally, but right now we are not only looking at it from that angle. Although the local government are prioritized, or it is their job to make sure that we have a sanitized system, they are mandated to do it. But then as a sector minister, I must make sure and go and talk to them that this is the bigger picture as a country we are aiming to achieve. And together, if the synergy is there, and we believe that, yes, we follow path A, which will take us to our destination, I'm sure we won't be bossing over them, but I believe that constructively having a meeting with them, that will make them come to the realization that, yes, listening to the sector minister and we adding our plans to it, we can make the vision work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Republic Cabinet's David Osei-Bonsu, right there. Again, I have, just as the Madam Speaker said, we're expecting to hear the solution to the human excreta issue. Probably the solution could be some biodigesters. Well, that's what I think. What do you think as well? Do you think David Osei-Bonsu of Republic Cabinet did it for you? *714*13#. Just vote and keep the points accumulating so we could announce him if he does that for you. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll line them up. We'll get the comments from the judges and, of course, from Madam Speaker. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, you heard from all the contestants from all the cabinets, Yasantiwa Democrats, Osajifo, Gold Coast, and of course, Republic Cabinet. We're here to ensure that we convince you enough to vote for us. Starting off with Emmanuel Nyamiche.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am in the person of Owusu Nyamiche Emmanuel, the Sanitation Minister for the Yasantiwa Cabinet. I urge you all, my Kasua boys, my Accra College of Education people, the Odadia fraternity, I urge you to vote for me, Owusu Nyamiche Emmanuel, as the Sanitation Minister, so we bring the trophy home. Thank you.
All right, so if you want Emmanuel Nyamiche as your Sanitation Minister, *714*13# is the code. And now let's go to Cecilia Mafo of Democrats Cabinet.
Good evening once again. My name is Owusu Cecilia, and I'm the Sanitation Minister for the Democrats government. With sanitation, it's not about plenty talk. The only thing is to implement our policies. And I urge you all to vote for me and have confidence in me that I'll do a good work to see Ghana being a clean country. Thank you.
All right, if you want Cecilia Owusu from the Democrats Cabinet, do the needful. *714*13#. Let's now move to Gideon Degbe.
I am Gideon Degbe, the Sanitation Minister for the Osajifo Cabinet. I call on you all viewers and colleagues from the University of Ghana, colleagues from KNUST, and colleagues from my own school, Heritage Christian College, and the people of Amasamai constituency to support me by voting for me as the Sanitation Minister of the Osajifo Cabinet. Thank you.
Does he have the leadership skill? Remember, *714*13# is the code. Let's do Emmanuel Ejapon.
Good evening, fellow Ghanaians. Today I've come to your homes, pleading on your behalf to vote for Emmanuel Ejapon as your Sanitation Minister. I'm the people's choice. Miss Remo, vote for Emmanuel Ejapon to change our sanitational crisis in Mother Ghana. Thank you.
All right, that's right. *714*13# if you want Emmanuel Ejapon as your minister. Let's do David Osei-Bonsu.
Good evening, Ghana. My name is Osei-Bonsu David, the Sanitation Minister for the Republic Cabinet. I stand before you today to let you know how capable and ready I am to help you solve the sanitation woes we are facing as a country. I need your support to be there, and I also know that you also need me to be part of it. I am praying to you today that don't stop praying for us. Keep on voting, and we need your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all of you. Yas until as Emmanuel Nyamiche, Democrats Cabinet Cecilia Wusu, Osajifo Cabinet Gideon Degbe, Gold Coast Cabinet Emmanuel Ejapon, last but not least, Republic Cabinet David Osei-Bonsu. So if you know that any of them, you love it, you love the ideas, and they have the oomph to go ahead, just go *714*13#. All right, finally, I take this step and allow the judges to tell us what they think generally of the ideas that were shared today in terms of manifesto policy and their skill that they shared with us today. Let me start off with you, Mr. Jignesh Veradia.
The policies of all the ministers were quite in line. I mean, I could see a thought process behind all the policies which were framed in proper sustainable goals in terms of achieving the sanitization crisis. The energy level in some of them were small, low, which needs to be pushed. The energy level in one particular was high, so I would encourage to keep the fire burning and let everybody fight for a cause, which is for Make Ghana Beautiful. Thank you.
Making Ghana beautiful is it. Mr. Michael Niaboina, did you get that single thing that changed your mind that we're ready to have a very, very able sanitation minister?
Well, with the confidence of some of them, yes. I believe that everything should start with the confidence that, yes, it's possible to get it done. And therefore, I really like the energy a lot of them showed. What I did not get is there wasn't a new thinking. There wasn't an emergent thinking. We are still beating around the same solutions that has never solved our issues. I think we should do more in terms of research and find out what really we can do to solve our sanitation issues. I think that is what we need to do.
That's very instructive, and that's Mr. Michael Niaboyan's comments. Let's now go to Right Honorable Queen Borisa. Well, before the start of this, we spoke about human excreta. That was your concern, and that's mine as well. Did you get any solution? I talk about biodigesters. I never had any of them because once you have them from homes, it goes back, and we all know where it goes. So did you get that, just as I didn't?
I think I must commend members who spoke about open defecation. I'm a bit passionate about it because it borders on human dignity. And Article 15.1 of our Constitution talks about human dignity. Again, the issue of segregating waste was narrowly overlooked by some honorable members. It's one of the key solutions to addressing the issue of the landfill sites. if we're able to segregate our waste, we can recycle them and make millions of monies for our economies. So I want to admonish you all to do a lot of research, for the battle has just started.
The battle has just started, and that's Right Honorable Speaker Queen Boresa. You at home, you have a job to do. Just as the judges have 60%, you have 40%. Remember, the code is *714*13#. Just go there, select your favorite, and vote for the person so that they could accumulate votes over time to get them to win the very prizes that are at stake. Remember, there's an 11,000 Ghana cedis for the president and the rest of the ministers at the end of the show, and also 20,000 project fund for the president to use starting a country or a nation, as far as we are concerned here at Ghana's Youth President. We're back next week to do it all over again. I know you cannot wait. My name is Kokulumo. From all of us here, we'll see you soon.
Owusu Nyamecha is contesting for the position of Minister of Sanitation for the Yasantua cabinet. Is he ready to be the Minister of Ghana of Sanitation? Let's go and ask him if he is.
Of course.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Are you really ready for Ghana?
Yes, please.
What shows you are?
Because looking at my manifesto, I've put in place a lot of policies which I think will help solve Ghana's sanitation issues.
What did your manifesto say?
Okay, my manifesto is based on establishing more of the integrated recycling and compost plants, which recycle 8,000% of our waste in Ghana and transform them into chemical fertilizers, which will be used here in Ghana. Because looking at statistics, Ghana imports 8,600 fertilizers annually a year into this country. So this is the case where we have a plant which will deal with waste problem and also help us in getting fertilizer, the fertilizer we import from outside into our country.
Can you please tell us the cause of filth and death?
I think it's based on low education, yes, and our bad cultural habits. Because Ghanaians are used to littering and other stuff, which I think is basically based on our bad habits. Yeah, bad habits.
Can you please tell us the first thing you do for Ghanaians if you win?
Okay, I believe the first thing I will do for Ghanaians, if I am elected as the sanitation minister, is to go to the district assembly, the 154 district assembly, because currently Ghana is having a decentralized government, and partner with the district assembly in order for us to contract a waste management company whose sole responsibility will be to go around in the district assembly and collect waste and basically dispose them. Yeah.
Good luck and thank you for your time.
Okay, you are welcome.
Stay with me as I interview Cecilia Owusu, who is standing in as a Minister of Sanitation for the Democrat Cabinet. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Can you please tell us why you're standing for the position?
Thank you once again. I'm standing for the sanitation ministry because in our country, we cannot testify that the country is not clean, though the government is saying that it wants Ghana to be, the Accra to be the cleaner city in Africa. But as we speak today, we don't see this in our country because waste bins, or let me say sanitation equipment or amenities are not available. Like if you walk for, let's say, 5 kilometers or even 1 kilometer, you'll not find dustbin on the streets. So if any person is walking on the streets and the person maybe drink water or eat anything, the person don't find anywhere to dispose this waste. So the only place is either the gutters, and even in their localities, they don't have the refuse dump. So when it rains, they think that the best place is to dispose their waste into the gutters, and the rain will take it somewhere. And that is what we see flooding situation, most especially in June, July, around this time in the country. It's as a result of this improper way of disposing our waste.
Cecilia, can you please tell us how would you describe sanitation in our country? Describe it for us.
Okay, in Ghana, describing our waste, I can group them into three. We have the domestic, we have the commercial, and we have the industrial. So with the domestic is what we do in our various homes. The commercial is what normally we see in the marketplace. Then the industrial waste, most often, if you go to the big industries, what they generate after production. Yeah, so basically in Ghana, this is what we have.
If you win, what would you do for Ghanaians?
If Ghanaians give me the nod to be their sanitation minister, one thing I'll first of all tackle is making the streets very neat. And this is by putting waste bins on the streets. And also within every district, there should be a waste container. Then these waste bins must be we have to get people who are responsible to pick them whenever they are full. Yeah, because as we speak, you can walk on the streets, you see some bins being full and waste are on the ground. Yes, just because those who are to go for it, they don't do. The containers in the community the same. So what I'm going to do is that in the districts, the MMDs and the environmental health inspectors, they are going to be responsible for these containers and the bins on the streets. As soon as it's full, it must be taken away to the recycling place for recycle.
Good luck and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Stay with me as I interview Emmanuel Ejapon, who is contesting for the position as a Minister of Sanitation for Gold Coast Cabinet. Are you ready?
Yes, sure.
What shows you are?
I am, because even standing here is a good step in the right direction. So it clearly shows that I'm ready, and that's why I'm here.
Can you tell us why you want to be the Minister of Sanitation of Ghana?
Thank you very much. I want to be the Minister for Sanitation because there's wealth and filth, and there's a lot of resources and enabling empowerment for our youth. Thereby, this is the best avenue to engage in order to bring a lot of wealth to our people, because it is a virgin sector of the economy where it has a lot of ample opportunity to give to every part of our country and every person as a Ghanaian. So sanitation is the best place to go, and it's the best catch-up to follow.
Emmanuel, assuming you win, what would be the first thing you do for us?
Thank you very much. The first thing I'll do as a sanitation minister is to tackle the open defecation problem in our country. Because some few months ago or some few days ago, the ANAS expose showed that the COA FX had some inch of fecal matter in the COA FX, thereby making it harmful for consumption. What I'm trying to say is that open defecation has caused a lot of challenges in our society, and thereby we are losing a lot of lives through cholera, malaria, and other sickness pertaining to bad sanitation challenges. Therefore, Japan Emmanuel is the best person to come in and to eradicate or move Ghana out of this challenge.
Japan, can you please tell us if your manifesto is convincing enough for you to win?
I must tell you, I'm a leader. And a leader is the one who needs to take its people where they need to go, but not to where they want to go. Okay. So my manifesto cannot be convincing enough to you, but the best way by which I can convince the people is by engaging them, because they are the stakeholders of the economy and they are the people who need that. So when I engage them, they will buy into my idea, and thereby we, together with the people, will win together by tackling the sanitation challenge.
Good luck and thank you. Gideon is standing in as the Minister of Sanitation for the Osajifo cabinet. Is Gideon ready to be the Minister of Ghana? Is he really, really ready? He is in the position to tell. Let's talk to him to know if he is. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Why did you oppose for the position?
You know, the development of the nation depends on visionary people and people who have the ideas and can manipulate or change the ideas into activities and things that can benefit the nation. And so having the ideas and having the vision, that makes me believe that I'm the best person to stand in the position as a sanitation minister, especially for my cabinet. And every visionary is able to project problems and able to allocate solutions that will go alongside with whatever problem they have been able to identify. And so this has made me stand out and have the belief and trust in myself that I would be able to do it. Yeah.
There is filth and dirt in our country. Can you tell us the cause of it?
The causes of our filth are many. Okay, we have a lot of plastic productions, and we have a lot that are mostly not relevant to use. And for instance, we take into consideration the black plastic bag. I believe it's of no use, but it's produced in larger quantities. And we talk about when we talk about our plastic, the sachet water, yeah, the rubber that's used in production. Yeah. I believe that it's also another thing that causes a lot of rubbish in the country. We will have to, without education, our people will always use and dump them on the street, because as they use it, they keep using it, and because it's smaller, they tend to dump it anywhere they find easy or they find comfortable for them. Meanwhile, if a person, it's rare that a person holding a bottled water will just get up and dump it anywhere. It is rare, although it happens, but it is rare. And I think that reducing the little and softer plastics will also help curb the sanitation problems. Because I believe when you walk down the street, you realize that there are a lot of soft plastic waste down there, and it's all because of this larger quantity of production.
Gideon, why should we vote for you?
As I said earlier, for a person to be able to lead, he has to be a visionarian, and he has to be able to project problems and provide solutions to them. So the problems have been identified and solutions have been read out publicly and in my manifesto. Yeah, so I believe that when viewers or listeners are able to get what I presented, they'll be able to be touched and vote for me as the sanitation minister, because my solutions are actually the best and the best to make the country clean. And we are not, my ministry, with me as the sanitation minister, is not just interested in making Accra the cleanest city in Africa, but it is centered on making Ghana one of the best cleanest, or one of the best in Africa, and one of the best or cleanest in the world as well.
Gideon, good luck and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Osei Bonsu David is standing in as the Minister of Sanitation for the Republic Cabinet. Why is he standing for this position? He is in the best position to tell. So let's go and ask him why he's doing that for Ghanaians. Good evening.
Good evening.
Why are you contesting for this position?
Well, thank you very much for the question. Well, as a young man or as a young boy growing up in Ghana and seeing things that happened around me, seeing people dumping off refuse into the various drains, I never liked them.
Okay.
And I have been enamored with cleanliness when it comes to our various communities. And I haven't seen that for quite some time now. And I believe that I'm the right person to talk about it. I saw it, I witnessed it to some extent. I even participated in it. Okay. So I feel that I need this platform to push me there. Although we've started something in our own way, but we need the support of the entire populace to help us achieve that. Thank you.
So if you are voted in, if you are sworn in as the Minister of Sanitation, what will be the first thing you do for Ghanaians?
The first thing I will do for Ghanaians is to create an army of sanitation fighters. Okay. And as I indicated in the
your manifesto?
Yeah, they will be in charge of policing our streets to make sure that nobody later is, and whoever is found culpable will be dealt with accordingly.
After reading your manifesto, did you felt comfortable that what I've done, I know I'm winning?
Well, I felt very comfortable, and the response and the energy I got from the Madam Speaker and the able judges and the audience who were there were very encouraging. So I felt it within me that I did well.
Osei Bonsu David, good luck and thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You too.